Hey everybody, Canadian back here with my first Borderlands 3 build video, and today we're going to be going over my Shockstorm Amara build. Now what this build does is absolutely maximize the amount of chaos that Amara can cause with the Brainstormer, as well as over double the amount of shock damage that she deals. Do keep in mind some of this gear can be kinda long to farm, but luckily no anointments are required for this, though they would just make the build that much more overpowered. Alright, so starting off with weapons, you're going to have the Brainstormer, you're going to have Cutsman in all elements, and you're also going to need a non-elemental weapon. I personally recommend the EMP5. If you can't get that one, then Sleeping Giant will work as well. Any non-elemental weapon that you're comfortable using will do fine. You just need it for shock resistant enemies. For your shield, you're going to have the Transformer because shock. For your class mod, you're either going to need a Stormbringer or a Nimbus, whichever one you can get that boosts Tempest the highest, because that's your skill. That's what's going to be doing all the damage. You're also going to have a Quasar with on action skill N, gain 50% bonus shock damage with weapons for 10 seconds. This will help not only to give you the extra shock damage, but will also pull enemies in, thus making the combo with the Brainstormer a lot better. And for your last piece of gear, you're going to have the Electric Banjo. This not only is one of the easiest ways to get extra shock damage on a relic, but it will also pair really well with the Brainstormer and will create some pretty ridiculous shock chains to completely wipe out the mobs of enemies. Alright, and moving on to the skills, you're going to have Do Harm and Violent Tapestry, just 1 point in them. It's mainly just to move down the skill tree, nothing else really more. You're going to want 3 out of 3 in Fast Hands, once again just to move down the skill tree. Also, the weapon speed and reload speed does help a little bit. Restless for the action skill cooldown, Transcend for critical hit damage, Alacrity just to move down the tree once again, Ascendant just for the general boost to all your skills, also to move down the tree. Then you want to get 3 in from Rest, that's once again mainly just to move down the tree. Of course the extra fire rate will help. And then you're also going to want to get 3 in Laid Bare and 3 in Wrath. As I discussed in my previous video, these two together are pretty ridiculous. I think the math was something like 61% extra gun damage on action skill use, so that's a pretty big boost in damage, especially with Laid Bare, since it's going to be boosting the damage done by your electric bolts dashing between all the enemies. That's going to be doing a pretty insane amount of damage. And then the final skill you're going to want to get here is Avatar. Honestly, if you're this far down in the Mystical Assault tree, I'd recommend getting Avatar. It's 1 point, you get to use your action skill twice per cooldown. The rush stacks don't really matter here because our build isn't really based on rush, but it's always helpful to have this skill. Alright, and then moving on to the Fist of the Elements tree, we have Anima, 5 out of 5, just to move down the tree. The skill does help a little bit, but it's not necessary. 3 out of 3 in Steady Hands again, just to move down the tree. Then once we get to tier 2, we're going to want to max out Tempest, because Tempest is where most of your damage will be coming from for this build. Every point gives you 10% extra shock damage, so at 9 out of 5 you're getting 90% extra shock damage, which is incredibly substantial. 1 in Wildfire again, just to move down the tree. And then 1 more in Dread, just for the extra reload if you kill an enemy while they're phase grasped, and also the extra gun damage. And we're only moving down this tree so we can get Ties That Bind. Ties That Bind is obviously one of the better action skills that Amara has, so if you can afford to pick it up, definitely do it. It's going to save you a lot of trouble. Then moving on to the Brawl tree, we're just going to have +3 in personal space and +4 in clarity. These +4 in clarity, honestly, you can put them wherever you like. I just put them here because I feel like I probably would have needed the extra health regeneration. So you can put them anywhere you would like. You can put them into Indiscriminate, you can put them into Catharsis, Deep Well, wherever you want to put them, you can put them there. I just feel like I could have gone with a little bit of extra health regeneration, so that's why I put them there. Anyway, that's going to just about wrap up this video. If you want to see this build in action, I'm going to be leaving a sped up Athena's run at the end of this video. I will also be uploading a save file for this build once I've gotten my Amara file up to the new level 53, and also farmed a bit more gear to really maximize the game save. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one.